Okay, it says live. All right. Hey, guys. I think I'm live. We're trying something new today. If anyone's out there watching, welcome to Eufaula Artalks, right here in Eufaula at the Main Street Studio. This is a hey, all right. I think we're getting this. We're trying something new today, guys. So as I always say, it's live. You don't know what's going to happen. So, but we're trying a new format today. We're going live on Facebook using Zoom. And we have a very special guest with us today. We're real excited to have her with us. As you know, around here. And it's just such an important part of our culture and an important part of the art culture. And I want to welcome to with us today, Susan. Hey, Susan, can you hear me?
Hi, Selina. Yes. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. And it's so good to see you and meet you. I wish it was in person. We just hate all this, but
likewise.
We're just happy. Yeah, we're just happy you're here with us. And as you can see, my head is up in the clouds again, as always, as they say. No, no, it's my background there. Everybody gets a kick out of it, but I love your background, and you're gonna have to tell me that story here in a minute. I love that quilt, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I really appreciate you being here with us through this Zoom and kind of being our experiment for the day. But, you know, a lot of people may not know you. And from what I understand, I haven't heard your music, and I'm honest, and we're just sitting here talking. And this is my chance to get to know you as well. I know there's probably a little bit of a delay here. So guys, if you see a pause, that's probably why. But first of all, tell me a little bit about yourself. Is it coming across?
It is.
Okay.
Well,
you live in McAllister? Is that?
No, I live right now down in Norman.
Oh, Norman. Okay.
But I'm from Tulsa originally and grew up in, and yeah. So, and I used to live in Okemah, not as far from Eufaula as, but yeah.
Okay, cool. So from what I understand, you're a folk musician. Is that right?
Well, that's funny. Probably what I usually say, yes, is folk, but I do all kinds of music and love all the music, really.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think no group has me. No group will have me. Folk musicians say, "Oh, she's rock and roll." Rock and roll says she's too folky. Blues, jazz, they say, "Oh, too, whatever." But folk kind of is an umbrella. Yeah.
So you're very versatile. You can do a little bit of everything.
Well, I like all music. I try as best I can. Yeah. And the turtle is my spirit animal, which is so, hence the turtles.
Oh, well, tell me about that. It looks like it's a quilt.
It's a quilt. Okay. I found it actually at a garage sale a long time ago, and I've still never gotten it quilted. And when we started doing my online show in the spring, when the pandemic started, before that for 3 years, I was doing a show called Fighting the Forces of Evil. And we started it out in Tulsa at Soul City, which has now become Maggie's Music Box and Jinx. But when the pandemic hit, I started doing it. A dear friend of mine, Amy, said, "You need to do that online." And so I started doing it online. And so I do that once a week.
Wow. So what is that? Tell me about that.
Well, it's really just a happy hour, a virtual happy hour now. And I'm just doing hours worth of songs, and all my friends and we get together and talk virtually, kind of like this, but and have adult beverages and sing songs and tell stories and love on each other.
All right.
Get through this pandemic.
That sounds well, the pandemic has really caused things to change and for people to have to do things differently. And which is, why we started doing the Facebook Live, just to kind of create a platform for the
Right.
different artists, that have contributed. I know you've been a contributor to the Arts Council in Eufaula, that you've played some concerts there. Was it for the Art Walk or something? And we appreciate that, and we appreciate you being here today. And we also want to help promote our artists, those that have helped us. That's why we're trying to get the word out. Now, that Fighting the Forces of Evil, where did you come up with that title?
It just, I think one Friday happy hour 3 years ago, when we just were, things maybe weren't going quite right in the world, and we all of us collectively were commiserating or grieving about things, and it just came out, we're just fighting the forces of evil, and then it stuck, and we just continued using that. And a friend of mine, Murph, who's also a bandmate and plays in my band, the Bella Council, and in the Red Devils, some other bands we play with, he made a great poster for it. I wish I had it here, but he made a superhero forces of evil. So, desperate measures call for, desperate times call for,
That's right. Well, and it's open to the public, right?
Absolutely.
People,
Yeah.
How would people join into that?
We do it. It's on my Facebook page, Susan Herndon, and I guess you go to Facebook and find Susan Herndon, and you can link, to it there.
Okay, so they request to be a friend, and then.
No, I think it's public. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't even have to. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Cool. And you want to encourage people to check that out and hear some good music. And what we're talking about, music, is a good little way to lead right into hearing one of your songs. I think I'm looking forward to it, because I have to say I love folk music, so I'm hoping it's a little folky, a little rocky, a little country. I like it all too, so I'm excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a song. Tell me about the song you're getting ready to play.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me too, and I appreciate all that you all do there in Eufaula for the arts, and I'm happy to be here. Well, this is called. I'm going to play the song because last night, as Glenn and I were setting up this Zoom meeting for today, she said she liked to, just gather her harvest and grow food, instead of, it's so frustrating, the learning curve of the online interactions. Yeah. So I thought, well, I'll do this song. This is a new one. I don't know if it's folky, but it's a weird one. I wrote this in April, and as the pandemic was gathering momentum, and we were doing more and more things online, and we were stay-at-home orders. It's called the Singularity, and the singularity means a lot of things, but the singularity is when artificial intelligence overtakes human intelligence. And so this is kind of a song about that. And it also includes superheroes, because in the end, I didn't know what to do with the song. So I used to love to watch Batman when they get in the fights and it says pow and zap and all that stuff. That's what I was going through at the end, because these really call for superhero times in each of us, I feel like. It's all called right. Life on earth is weird right now. Don't know what to say. Is there something I can do now? Life on earth is weird somehow. Staring at a screen through which I'm trying my best to reach you as much as it allows. Oh, oh, Singularity. Say goodbye to your money in the S&P and that. Oh, the singularity. I think I'd rather like to take up a horse and plow. Life on earth is weird right now. The most powerful creature in the world is a microscopic virus that wears a crown. Zap! Sweet! Shoo! Zoom!
Yay!
Thanks, Selina.
That was awesome. Oh, that was very cool. Now, so I mean, obviously with that, I can kind of see where that came from. But when it comes to writing songs, where do you get your inspiration normally?
Really through everything. I mean, just everything. Things people say, or just, you know, the sunlight through the window and on the leaves, and, you know, nature, human interaction, things inside me, things, you know, I see or feel, whatever, or a little musical line. So just everything.
That's awesome. And when did you start? When did you first know you wanted to be a singer?
You know, I would like to be able to sing. I feel like, you know, I've always loved music. And when I was 2 years old, my parents, everybody in my family played piano. And so I wanted to play piano. So they started me on piano lessons at 2. And I think I knew I wanted to write songs when I was about 12 years old. But I didn't ever see anyone around me doing it. I didn't know that it was possible. So that's, you know, I appreciate all that, you know, arts councils do for the public. So it helps us in so many ways.
Wow. So do you, before the pandemic, did you perform live anywhere, or is writing your passion, or where did you put your music out?
Yeah, no, we played, well, I mean, I was just saying last night, I mean, I had played about 8 gigs a week before the pandemic. So the pandemic hit very hard, and like it's hit all artists, all musicians. You know, now, you know, I just do my online thing. We had a couple of things outdoors since the pandemic began, but I played at the Oklahoma City airport, and on Thursdays, every Thursday, we played at a place called Bison Witches here in Norman, with my band, the Bella Council, which is an 8-piece band. And then in Tulsa and Jinx, like I said, Soul City and Maggie's Music Box and Jinx, and Othello's in Norman here, just all over. So
yeah, that's great. So have you ever recorded, or do you have, is your music available to the public?
It is. I just released my 10th album.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's this kind of a sickness I have of making albums, but I've released one at the beginning of this year, which I just released digitally. It's available on all the sites, the online sites. And then one I released here in September is a record, a recording that I released on YouTube, and it's all the songs, the new songs. I have at least 20 new songs from when the pandemic started, and they're from our Friday night. So that's on YouTube right now, and that's called awesome. Singularity, actually. And then I have 8 other albums, and I've got 2 new ones getting ready to come out in the new year. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like the COVID has slowed you down very much.
I mean, what else can we do? You know, that just keep on. It's weird, isn't it?
That's awesome though. You know, I think it's interesting how people have adapted in what they've done, been able to do. And that's really encouraging because it just shows that, hey, especially with the arts, you can't hold us back.
Life goes on. And
That's right.
before commerce, there was just life.
Right. Now you said you play the piano, you play the guitar. Do you play any other instruments?
Well, I do try my hand at these instruments, and I have an upright bass I play in my band, the Bella Council, and her name's Bella. And sitting here, and then yeah, that's about it. There are things I would play and do, but not there yet.
So where do you see for the future?
Oh, hopefully live music again. Not just virtual, and I appreciate doing live music virtually, but actual virtual live music, in-person music. So I hope here in the new year that we'll be back out playing, all our places and traveling. I've got in the spring, I'm slated to play the Filey Folk Festival again this year, which is in Yorkshire, England, and in Leeds for Arts, 7 Arts in England and Yorkshire. So hopefully we'll do a little tour around those, hoping the pandemic has died down by then.
Yeah.
Now we just kind of have to wait and see, don't we?
That's true. That's true. Now, do you, I think I heard mentioned that maybe you're doing lessons. Do you offer lessons to the youth or to?
I do. I do some music lessons here at McMichael Music Studio in Norman, and we were doing them online during the pandemic, and we do some in person at the studio. We're very safe with masks and distance and the lots of space. So I still and have a few kids doing that. Yeah.
Well, I have to ask you this one question because I ask all my artists this. What is art to you?
Art, I mean, first thing I think of is art is life. Art is salvation and life. I mean, for me, it's sort of everything to me because I can't, it's my livelihood for one thing, music and art. And I can't, it's as vital as the air that we breathe for me. I just have to have it. I mean, health, of course, is most important, but I can't live without it. I cannot live without it. So
that's awesome. Well, Susan, it has been such a pleasure meeting you. I cannot wait for the day that I can hear you live, and I can maybe we'll have to make another trip up when all this calms down and actually catch you in studio or whatever. And just kind of see where life has taken you from this to post COVID. So, but yes. With that, we're just I'm going to do a little farewell now to those watching. We're going to finish this out with another song, and you guys stick around, listen to the song, and we'll catch you all next week at 1 o'clock. And we have Jana Barnes is going to be here next week, or we may be going to do a location again next week. So anyway, you guys, we'll see you next week. And Susan Herndon, you are marvelous. I love your spirit that's coming through through the Zoom. And what do you want to tell us a little bit about this song before you start?
Sure. This is actually, this is called Everything to Me. This is a song that my friend Hadley and I wrote together, and he's here in Norman. And and it's on my record All Fall Down, which is I recorded down in Austin with Bob Living things. Yeah. So.
All right. Thanks so much. Everybody enjoy. Thanks again, Susan.
Thank you so much, Selina. It was great meeting you here. And thanks again to Glenna too for setting this up. So. The light is fading from the sky. The sun goes down behind the trees. Another day has come and gone, and you're still everything to me. Time goes by, the world turns red. ashes, ashes, all fall down. Life goes on, and I believe you'll still be everything to me. There's one thing goes on and on, when nothing's like it used to be, and everything we know is gone. You're still everything to me. Time goes by, the world turns round. Ashes, ashes, all fall down. Life goes on, and I believe you'll still be everything to me.
Yay!
Thank you, Selina.
Thank you.